Okay, greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? I am here with my beautiful sister-in-law, Shameica, and I am so honored to be sitting here with her for this interview. And yeah, Shameica, thank you so much for doing this. Shameica has been a part of the Activating You group mentorship for a year now, right? It's been actually 13 months, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And it's been such a pleasure and such an honor to serve with you, to serve you, and to be your sister. So I like to start off by just asking you to just share what your experience has been like being in this mentorship.
Well, it's been an honor for you to serve me, and to meet the wonderful people that I have met along, in the group. It's been very inspiring and uplifting, and just teaching me how to tap more into my psychic abilities. That I think I would have been kind of scared to say that I had psychic abilities before, entering the group. Um, and also, it has really helped me with my self-care and self-love. Now, I don't always get it right, but just being in this fellowship and being a part of this, you have taught us a lot about, self-care and self-love for ourselves. And, because having to be channels and having to be of service to other people, we want to be confident in who we are, so that the people that we are serving can be confident in us serving them.
Yes, yes. And the thing when you said about you don't always get it right, the thing that I see in you is I see you always getting it right. Like I've witnessed you in those spaces of, the hills and valleys, like we were just talking about. And one of the things that you had mentioned a while ago was how when we're in that valley, holding space for one another. And, the thing that always comes through as it relates to having a community is it takes a village. And that saying we often associate with children, raising children, but it takes a village when it comes to like our growth and our development, because each stage we do start off in an infancy stage and then we master it and then we do it again and again. So it's been really, really beautiful to have you in our soul family, because your spirit is so nurturing and your gifts are so strong. You know what I mean? Like your ability to tune in to the souls of others and tune into those messages that spirit has for them has been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So with that being said, with you bringing up your psychic gifts and just gaining a deeper access and a deeper understanding to that, how would you say your life has been most affected now that you've strengthened those gifts?
How has they been most affected?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's mostly it's been affected that I don't just think I'm crazy. Because I can hear something,
Right.
and then it has helped me to be able to, like, if I do hear it, to just go ahead and say what I've heard,
Yeah.
and to not judge it, to not, like I say, like, think that I'm just crazy or something.
Right.
Um, but it has given me a little more confident to what if I do get a nudge from spirit, or even a nudge from someone else of highest light and love. If I'm channeling for someone, um, like the other day, being in a group, I kept hearing that May, and I was like, okay, May, I didn't know. And then the young lady, she's like, that was my grandma. That was my grandma. And that's kind of it's exciting in a way. It's exciting to be able to know that you can to to deliver a message from someone's loved one. That's very encouraging to others and to me, because it strengthens us, because sometimes, like I was saying, I don't think I always get it right, and we can be in those dark places.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that it's another side that has our support, that is supporting us and that is protecting us. It's just an amazing feeling, Yeah.
It really is. So would you say that your level of trust in yourself, your gifts, and the messages that you've received, would you say that that's increased as a result of being in the mentorship?
Yes, definitely. Yes, that has increased. Yes. I forgot to mention that. I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, it has. It has increased. And just being in the mentorship, it was an amazing experience, because I was in a place with people that is just love. It's no judgment, like if we're going through something and we can type it in and then we will get all of this love, like I've never typed anything in and then I got judgment behind it. And when we're light beings and coming, out of different walks of life, some of us, that's where we're used to, is just being judged all the time, and to just have the love, just love, the unconditional love, and knowing that I have people holding space for me that genuinely love me. We may not be connected, through blood or even close connected, but I know that somewhere this person is over praying for me, sending me high vibrations, it strengthens you energetically, and I felt that and I've experienced it at times. And I believe people have experienced it through me as well.
Yes, definitely. I have even, you know what I mean? So, and I know I'm not the only one. I mean, there's been feedback, in sessions, outside of sessions, about the level of your love from multiple family members. So yeah, definitely it has been a mutual give and take. Now, how would you say the Activating You mentorship has assisted you with your manifestation ability?
With my manifestations, well, it has increased since like you even doing those challenges, teaching us how to do the 48 hours of challenges and trust in spirit. I've manifested many different things, in which I used to didn't think it could come like that easily, like if I put my mind to it, sometimes you would think that we don't have to struggle. I used to have this shirt, not to jump on, but I used to have this shirt said 99 struggle or something, 99 struggle. And you know what? I threw that shirt away.
Right.
I threw that shirt away. Because we don't have to struggle. I don't have to choose to struggle, and I can choose to manifest. I was just sharing with Nahkila how I just manifested my rent money, and I didn't think I had it. And I kept telling, I knew spirit had me, and I've been saying I've been saying this it was a mantra for me right now. Better days are ahead. Yeah. Better days are ahead, and just saying that, I know that I'm manifesting better days are ahead, I will be manifesting those. So it has assisted me a lot in manifesting things, not just things, and just confidence too.
Right.
Spiritual gifts, manifesting my spiritual gifts.
Yes. And as you were saying that, what Spirit was saying is just claim better days are here now. So they're in your present and not in your future. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes. Better days are here now. They are here now. But, when you were talking about that, the manifesting your rent, one of the things that was coming through for me to ask was, when we first started, I'd like you to talk a little bit to those that may be on the fence about investing in themselves by way of the Activating You mentorship, because finances may be an issue. Now, before you go into that, I'd like to say, this is something I always say, is to check in with spirit. When Spirit says it is a yes, I always say do it, because when Spirit says it's a yes and Spirit tells you to do it, Spirit's going to make sure you have all the resources to do it. Now, if I offer something and Spirit says it's a no, or somebody else offer, then it's a no. It don't matter who we or they are. But I'd like you to talk a little bit on that process for you. When we first connected for the mentorship, where were you financially in your thoughts, and how did you make the decision to move forward?
Okay. And you know, that's the thing that I've loved about you since, I think I've been watching you since 2016.
Mhm.
And you will always say, you know, well, if we're meant to work, check in with Spirit. Like you would say that, like, we meant to work together, you know, so other people like, we meant to work together, let's get it going, da da da. But you will always say, let's check in, for you to check in to Spirit with ourselves. And I think that was a thing, one of the many things that connected me with you, you know, your genuine love for people, love for yourself, and love for Spirit, you know. And so, but where I was at, actually, I was in transitional living after my divorce, and I hadn't had a job. I had lost a job or something like that, been released. So at the time, I knew that I was supposed to work with you in 2016. I had been heard that. And fortunately, I wasn't making my own income. Then after I got my divorce, I heard Spirit tell me now is the time. And I'm like, Spirit, I got like $96 in my bank account, and I don't have no job right now. And so, you know, when Spirit told me, I was like, you know what? Because I kept hearing it. And then this is the thing, how I knew it was Spirit, because you end up reaching out to me on Messenger. I'm like, Nahkila never does that, you know. Not that you, and it was just so like Spirit confirming to me, because maybe I was a little, you know, shaky about it, because like I say, I only had like 90 something dollars in my bank account. But then I heard Spirit, and I was like, you know what? If you saying yes, then you gonna help me every month
Yes.
pay it. That I'm confident to know, if you telling me yes, you go make sure I have this money in here to pay it. Right. And that's when I signed up, January the 29th. That's the first payment came out. And I think it was February the 10th, to be exact, I started working. Yes. And I had, you know, and I made sure I had my payment every month. And it was, and you know, and sometimes you have to choose to what serves your highest good, you know, to utilize your money, especially when you're in a pinch and you don't know where this money gonna come from, you know. So it was some months it wasn't easy. Like some months, like I just had to turn over piggy banks and do all of that, you know. But Spirit came through for me, you know, and I'm so grateful that Spirit allowed me to be a part of this group for exactly a year, you know. And Spirit and told me this is not the end, you know. This is not the end of this, you know. So I'm grateful that Spirit told me that. So that lets me know I will be doing more work with you, you know. And I again, I love when you say check in with Spirit. You've been, since I've been listening to you, you've been adamant about that. Like, don't take my word in. Check in with Spirit. If Spirit, and that's been a go-to for me too now, that being a part of the group and hearing you and allowing you to teach us that too. Like, I check in with Spirit. We were just talking about that, you know, because most of my major stuff I check in with Spirit about. You know, and if he give me a yes, it's a go, and if a no, it's a no.
Yes. And you know, and first of all, thank you so much for acknowledging that, because it's important for me that you all are doing that, because one of the number one goals that I have when serving is that everyone that I serve is able to do everything I can do on my level or higher. You know what I mean? To make it to where you are independent. Right? Like, I have people that have been with me since the very beginning and who have said, you are my life coach for life. If they choose that, it's not because they have to. It's just because they like bouncing off me and having that second go-to. It's not because they have to, right? But that's the goal. And so often we're taught that we have to be dependent on outside sources. And oftentimes Spirit will tell me if I'm called to serve someone, but I just feel like it's not the same coming from me. Only you can be confident and sure when you receive it from Spirit. And the beautiful thing, the significance of you having that faith, that unwavering faith and moving forward, and I shared this in our last group session, is that your payments were always on time. You never sent a payment late. And so, you know, I've experienced times where Spirit has guided me into doing things when it came to finances, because that seems to be the biggest worry that we have. Right? And
Yes,
so Spirit has tested me in the same way. And the reason I can say to you with confidence, if Spirit says it's a yes and you do it, you will receive everything it takes, is because I have experienced that time and time again. There has not been not one time the Spirit has guided me to do something and I said yes, that I was lacking in any way. And so that I really don't think people get the weight of how huge that was, speaking towards your faith and Spirit, right? And just how Spirit came through, because oftentimes we will invest that energy called money and so many things that really don't serve us on the inside. But then when it comes time to serve us on the inside, we make every excuse why we cannot move forward. And oftentimes money is the biggest excuse. So Spirit says, do it. You're an example of what happens. So that's so beautiful, so beautiful. So if there is anything that you would say to anyone that is either on the fence about joining either the Activating You group mentorship or one-on-one mentorship, or anyone that may have been guided by Spirit, but they're still hesitant to move forward, what piece of advice would you give to them about their journey and where they're being guided by way of connecting and working together?
If Spirit is guiding you, it's time. And it's time to stop making excuses. And one thing that I've learned also in even being in the United Like Beings, but also being in this group, is that you're not empowering followers. You are empowering leaders.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's who you are empowering. You know, you're not looking for no one to follow you. Like you said, you can do the same. We can do the same thing that you can do. And that's what you teach us to do, in the stepping in and trusting Spirit. Like, if you're being guided and Spirit says now is the time, and you have that currency, now is the time, right? You know, because when you heal, it's others that have to heal after you.
Exactly.
You know,
you said it so well. You said it so well. And, you know, and I'm not a person that knocks therapy, right? Not at all. But one of the things I will say, that one of the huge differences is, like you said, that empowering leaders, like that leader within, that divinity within, right? Not where you feel dependent, like I cannot survive without this, right? Like even with you going into the next phase of your journey, right? There's not a part of you that doubts that you're going to be okay, right? You know that you're going to be better than okay. You have all the tools in your toolbox to go out there and just set this world on fire with glitter and magic and blessings and bliss, right? But also, one of the things that was coming through as you were talking is that concept of it takes a village, right? You know, I often refer back to that because not only is it our personal journey, but it's also that collective shift, right? So I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. And we're all leaders in our own lanes, and we have our specific soul calling and soul purpose. And so I just show up as a guide, as a breadcrumb, as a reminder, as that alarm clock that you set, because your soul called on me and my soul said yes, and that's all. You know, I'm not teaching you anything that's not already within. I'm just helping you to remember. And it's like the junk of the world experiences traumas that makes it to where we sometimes forget our divinity. So you're just reconnecting with that and remembering who you are, and then going out there and doing what you incarnated to do. So yeah. Do you have any last thoughts that you would like to part with or leave anyone watching this with?
No, I'm going to miss you all. I'm going to miss being in this group. And as soon as I can get back into it, I will.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, it takes a village. Like, it has served my highest good so much this last year, you know. Just going through what I had to go through, not being, and I don't have family where I'm at, really. You know, I have some people, but I don't really have family, and y'all was my family, you know, and it was love. It was I found I did. When I said I meant it, I found my soul tribe when I got connected with you and connected with the other people. So I'm truly gonna miss being a part, but I'm so grateful I can catch some YouTubes. I could jump on United Light Beings, and you know, for those that's on the fence, tap in, ask spirit. If spirit says it serves your highest good at this time, it's time.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you so much, Shameica. And, you know, when you say that we are your family and you are going to miss us, I'm going to miss you in the capacity, the closeness that is within activating you. But once we are connected, once our souls reunite, we are soul family. And that is for life. And, you know,
Yes.
like you said, yes, there's the United Light Beings, and everyone that's in the Activating You Soul family is there, you know. And then the connections that you made with the other family members, that's for life, you know. So this, like you said, this is not the end. This is just that to be continued, you know. So yes, I know that you are going to continue to thrive and do great things. I know that you are an author in the making. I know that you will have some wise words to share with the collective, and you're just going to continue to serve. And it will be an honor to have you in the United Light Being, sharing some of that wisdom through posting and just, you know, really just allowing your light to shine. You are a valued member of our soul family, and I love you so much. I love you so much. Thank you for
I love you too.
Thank you. So I appreciate you for doing this. And if anyone would like to contact Shameica, she'll be in the United Light Beings Awakening group. And before we go, you know, Shameica, just tell us a little bit about what your purpose is and what your calling is and how you serve.
Well, a part of my purpose is touching young women that have been through traumas, through addiction, and also, you know, I have psychic abilities, a little mediumship. I think, no, not I think, some mediumship capabilities, and I found out that some of my abilities is connecting with spirit and just allowing spirit to allow me to just do spiritual writings. And that's something that I didn't do before I got into this group, may I say, you know, tapped into that. So I didn't even know I was capable of that. I never thought about, you know, writing and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. And I'm just going to say this. My sister is minimizing. She is minimizing. She is amazing. She is phenomenal. And one of the big things that we all feel in Shameika's energy is that nurturing, that genuine, pure love. You know, when Shameika's talking about us being her family, she's also our family. And her energy is so just, the word welcoming and inviting is what comes through, but the feeling is so much bigger and deeper than that. Like, I can't even really put it into words. So I would say, if anything that Shameica just said, if it resonates with you, if it puts a tickle anywhere in your spine or whatever, if spirit is saying, ding, ding, connect with Shameica. Again, she is in the United Light Beings Awakening group. You can always find her there. And like I said, hopefully she'll be posting some time so it'll be easy to find her. If you don't see her in there, you can always create a post asking me to tag her, but definitely connect, because listen, when I tell you I've witnessed her serving firsthand, part of the Activating You mentorship is to be able to also practice your gifts. So I've been able to not only witness her gifts as it relates to others, but I've been on the receiving end of her gifts. Okay, so even though she minimized herself just now with her humility, let me tell you, sister girl is the truth, okay? So don't let the humility fool you. Connect with her if you're seeking any of those things that are aligned with what her passion and her calling is, okay? You will definitely be rewarded. You'll grow and elevate for sure, for sure. So we are going to end this, but I am so grateful. This is not the end for us. We are family forever. I love you. I appreciate you. And I just know you're going to do great things.
I love you and I appreciate you too. And I'm so grateful you're a part of my journey.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.